Hi everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. Just doing a little intro video for what's coming up. So the next video that I'm about to play you is from something from work called a tech talk. I work within software engineering, and every year we get together to do talks about things that we get up to at the weekend. So various things on technology. One guy was talking about how he's set up sort of cameras for his bird box and things like that, and how he monitors them and watches what's going on with them. I did a talk about Repair Cafe. It had a little bit of audience participation in there, so I was basing my talk on the Repair Cafe movement, also how to use AI to inform doing repairs, and I also offered the audience the ability to choose something to repair. So I had quite a few things that you can actually see on my shelf. There's a fair few things that are waiting to be repaired. They chose a toaster, which was a bit of a surprise to me because it's probably not the most exciting thing for me to tackle. But it was almost unanimous that people wanted to see the toaster fixed. So tried it with Gemini Pro, asking it questions. But to be honest, I found it slowed me down. Um, it may be a good source for people who haven't done toasters before, but I've done a fair few at Repair Cafe. And so, we asked it the question on how to tackle the fix, and it came back with the right guidance, but it's quite verbose, lots to go through. And I think I only had about half an hour, 45 minutes for the tech talk. So it was slowing down, and I think I just wanted to get on with trying to do the fix. Everyone from work was giving me a bit of a bee sting as well, so having a bit of a laugh. They're all sat in an auditorium in a big office down in London, but I was sat at home because I've got all my repair kit here, so I couldn't really lug all this into the office to do it on stage. So I streamed it. They were asking me lots of questions, and I think they were having a competition about how to wind me up the most. But it was all good fun. So the video coming up is my tech talk. You probably can't hear their side of the conversation that much because I was only recording my stream, so you'll only pick up them from my own microphone rather than the actual stream that was coming in from them. I don't think it's right that I should be broadcasting people on YouTube that haven't said that they wish to. So I wasn't going to do a full recording of all the people down in the office. So I hope you enjoy the video. A little bit of fun, also some interesting bits in there about how a toaster operates and how to fix it. There's two videos. There's a tech talk itself. I ran out of time, so after the tech talk, all I did was reassemble or begin to reassemble the toaster, and it started working. So it may have been the fact that I cleaned some gunk off the circuit board that fixed it, or it may have just been a loose connection in the fact that taking it apart and reassembling it fix that loose connection. So all good in the end. So first the tech talk, then a little bit of a proof of working video, if you like, and then just a wrap up at the end. So enjoy. I'm not doing it for the money. Right, I'm gonna have to put my keyboard away because I will need some space on my desk. Oh, actually, I'll need my keyboard to talk to Gemini, won't I? So bringing my keyboard back. Oh, God, you bloody tech people. God, use voice. That's way too advanced. So, oh, all right, okay. Let's try the microphone. Before I click the microphone, what do people want me to ask Gemini? Oh my God. All right, here we go. I I am loving the I'm love I'm loving the depth of the prompt engineering in the room. Okay, right, okay. I'm thinking audience participation might be wrong.
I think you've got an audience who wants to troll you. I think that's
Yeah, right, okay.
one in terms of how do I dismantle the toaster. I don't know if that's a good place to start.
Oh,
We haven't described the problem yet. It's been pointed out to me we haven't yet described the problems.
who said that? Do you want a job in Manchester?
My taser doesn't work. Walk me through the steps that are required to fix it. What's wrong with it? I know fixed it.
Okay. Describe the.
That's your own line for you.
Right, you're gonna have to all be quiet whilst I. You'll have to all be quiet whilst I'm doing the talking to Gemini. Right, this is why I'm using the keyboard. Okay, can you actually read? Can you actually read what's in the text box?
Yes, we can't see you at the same time. We can read what's in the text box.
Oh, hello. Oh, hang on. You don't put toast in the toaster, do you? Oh,
you need to buy heavier bread.
oh. I mean, ultimately, this is seeing if AI can replace my my retirement plan. Right. I don't know if you can all read that. So a toaster refuses to stay down is a classic. It's classic frustrating kitchen problem. I'm not sure if it's classic, but usually caused by one of the few common culprits. Most modern toasters rely on an electromagnet. Well done, Gemini. To hold the carriage down once the lever is pressed. If the circuit isn't completed, the magnet won't engage. Is it plugged in? Hang on.
You just fixed it, Luke.
Hang on. Look at this. Is it plugged in? No. Right, shall I plug it? Shall I plug it in and see? This is where it starts working all of a sudden. Right, I've plugged it in. It's turned on. No. I'm holding it down. Actually, I'm jumping ahead of Gemini, aren't I? Is it plugged in? Most toasters use electromagnets. They will not stay down if there is no power. So, question to the room. How can I see if this toaster's got power?
Stick your hand in it.
Yeah, so when you hold it down, the toaster ought to warm up, and keep my hand over the top.
You haven't told Gemini
I haven't. What? Sorry.
You haven't told Gemini that you're in the UK and it might be a fuse problem.
Cool. Okay. Well, hold that thought. Is it plugged in? Right. Is it plugged in? Blah blah blah. Over time, crumbs fall into the base of the toaster. Can migrate. The mechanical tracks get wedged. The fix. Unplug the toaster. You just told me to plug it in. Pull the crumb tray out. Hold the toaster upside down. Try the lever. Dirty core contacts. I was waiting for an inappropriate joke in the room, but maybe not. Inside the toaster, at the bottom of the lever's track, there's usually two metal leaf contacts. When you push the lever down, plastic wedge pushes these contacts together, completing the circuit. To power the heating elements and electromagnet. Oh gosh, it's a lot of text to read out live, isn't it? Ensure the toaster is completely unplugged. Look down through the slots with a torch if you're comfortable. Remove the outer plastic chassis. Locate the contact point. Gosh, this is going into a lot of stuff, isn't it? Failed internal fuse or circuit board. So it was that Ariel that said about the fuse.
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool. So definitely we need to check the fuse in the plug and make sure power is actually getting to the toaster. Quick diagnostic. With the toaster unplugged, push the lever down. Does it feel like it hits a solid mechanical stop before it can click, or does it move freely all the way to the bottom but just won't stick? Right, okay. So I'm going to ignore Gemini for now and go with the human in the room. So
On here, Luke, is your test scenario is wrong. I haven't seen you got bread in the toaster yet.
can someone put Tom on mute, please? So, right, what we'll do is test the fuse. I've been reassured by the person that gave me this toaster that the fuse has been checked. But he works in TV production, so he probably doesn't know what he's doing. So let's check. What was that? Sorry?
Nail in place of the fuse.
If you watch my current longest YouTube video, which is about 2.5 hours long, which is fixing the power supply, you will find out why that's a bad idea. I'll leave it at that. So I don't know if people have used multimeters before. They lots of different functions. One of the functions that they do is a continuity test. So that just tests to see that power can go from one point to another. And it's quite a good way to test the fuse. And let's see. Can you hear the beep?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that the fuse is good. So we know that the fuse in the plug is good. I'll plug it in one more time. And I'm going to hold down the slice thing. Actually, there are buttons on the side of this. None of those are lighting up. So I suspect it's more of a power issue than the electromagnet thing. Because I'm holding my hand over the top. I don't think it's getting warm. So we are going to have to dismantle it. He says with a big smile on his face. I've just realised I haven't got my camera tracking on. 2 seconds.
You tested it with brown bread, but you tested it with white bread.
Oh, everyone's a comedian, but not in your room. Okay, so it's definitely not warming up. I would always check the lead and just make sure that there's no breaks in the lead. There's no sort of heavy kinks where the copper may have broken in the lead. I'm going to leave it unplugged whilst we dismantle the toaster. Move my keyboard out the way. So if I do go back to what Gemini was talking about, the crumb jam is quite a classic. Like it said, I think I've had 4 toasters come to us at Repair Cafe, and just a really sort of violent shaking of the toaster and banging of the toaster upside down gets all of the crumbs out, and that generally tends to fix these things. Right. So, oh God, it's full of crumbs. Thank you to my friend that gave me their broken toaster. Right, so if I do a bit, oh, where's that? Where's that camera pointer? Oh no, that's the wrong camera.
Really off to the
Oh, whoops! What were you looking at? Oh right, okay. So that's my they're my tickets for going to Guernsey in July. There's a boring answer for you. Right, sorry, I'm just trying to find the right bit for the screws. Now, on this toaster, it's got security screws. So it's not a normal sort of Phillips or flathead. Can I do the close-up? Can I do this? No, no. Oh God, where is it? This is what you could look forward to on my YouTube channel. Expert. Oh, you can't really see that, can you? Right. So it needs a special screw bit Where's the camera? Here. Can you see that? So it's like a star shape and it's got a hole in the middle. People will claim that this is purely to, go back to that whole sort of obsolescence piece, but I think it may also be a safety issue. You don't really want people to be opening up their toasters all the time, because they carry mains voltage and can be quite dangerous. I'm a trained professional.
Just so you know, Luke, everyone laughed at that.
Yep. Thank you. Now, one thing that I've just seen is on this vent here, there seems to be some gunk. Whilst you might not think that's very interesting on the bottom of a toaster, this is an electrical appliance that looks like it's had some sort of liquid drain out of the bottom of it. So that could be a big clue to what's gone wrong.
Someone buttered their bread before they put it in the toaster, didn't they?
Possibly. I really thought you picked the wildlife cam. Oh. No, toaster. Right, let's see. What I've experienced with repairs is 99% of all repairs is just getting into the bloody thing in the first place. They are invariably really difficult to open. There's all sorts of stuff falling out.
You tried using a baseball bat?
I might do if I come down there. Look at how clean that is. Let's see, the crumb tray's clean, and yet there's loads of crumbs inside the toaster. Oh, there's one more screw that I've not seen. Sorry, the camera's a bit, and if I do that, maybe you can see better. By the way, we're not allowed to leave until this is finished, so we might be here till Sunday afternoon.
We actually stock a toaster at Argos for £11. If we all just club together, we can end the stocking.
We also stock a toaster for, I think, £369 is the most expensive one that we've got, and I can't believe that a toaster could ever cost that much money.
My wife is on it being.
Right. Right, okay. So, what have we got going on there? I'm trying to figure out how to get that lever off so we can get into the thing properly. There's a connector there.
Does the front tab lift up?
Does the front what lift up?
I think I'm describing what you're doing.
The short answer is probably, but I don't want to snap the plastic.
Ask Gemini.
Yeah.
What if you think? Honestly, it's only toaster. It's no ordinary toaster.
Right.
No ordinary toaster. And we're showing us the fancy toaster.
Have you got the posh toaster?
It's coming back on. Yeah, I guess it's on his laptop.
All right, okay. Your laptops can do toast.
The MC that I previously had the Intel 2018 one, so that one could do.
Yes, yeah, that could cook a whole roast dinner, couldn't it? Right.
Was that a snappy noise?
It was detaching from the mounting point.
You not got a spudger?
I've got a whole drawer full of spudgers. Hang on. You can't quite see. That's my spudger drawer. Ooh, getting all technical with me.
Hide it.
Sorry, say that again.
Got an explosion containment hide it.
No, but if you've got a link to one, I'll probably be buying it after this talk. An
Well, very quickly from Luch's Repair Cafe to Luch destroys neighbour's toaster.
to be to be honest, they've already bought a new one.
What's your best pilot score, Luch?
Right. Ah, everyone loves a troll.
Biggest score for Luch's Repair Cafe to everyone just trolls Luch.
Right, this is dangerous part. So what I'm going to do is test to see that we've actually got voltage coming all the way through to. Oh, let me zoom that in for you. Oh, wrong one, wrong one. There we go. Actually, if I use the other camera, move that out of the way a little bit. God, look at all the crap that's coming out. So these are the 2 points. Let me get a spudger so I can show you what I'm doing. Brown and the blue, these are coming off the cord. So if you see the cords there, feeds around inside the toaster underneath there, and then you've got the earth, the live and the neutral going through. So I want to just verify that we've got the mains voltage actually coming all the way through. So what I'm going to do is power it on, put the leads on there. I've got this set, I've got the multimeter set to AC. This might move from trolling Luch to at the end of Luch. Hopefully. So right, it's my hand's in the way of the multimeter. So what we got? Yeah, okay. So we've got 246 volts. So at least we know that the fuse in the plug is working fine. It's getting power all the way through. So obviously there's something else wrong with the whole mechanism. Now, looking at this, it seems that when the slice piece comes down like that, is it turned off? Yeah, make sure it turns off. That touches those two contacts. So if I do that there, touches the two contacts which must send the power around. And then you remember Gemini was telling us about the electromagnet. So the electromagnet's here. But what's happening is the electromagnet's not actually holding this catch. So that's what's wrong. Now, what can happen is if you see underneath there, if crumbs build up on top of the electromagnet, sometimes it doesn't form a seal with the bar just above it. Now this looks quite clean, so I'm going to suspect that we're not getting power coming out to the rest of the unit. You've all gone very quiet now. So let's just check for continuity across this switch. I'm going to guess. Right, I'm going to guess across those two contacts. I'm going to try hold that still and touch this. So that's working. And I need to pull that out a little bit more. Put that in there. So that's working as well. That works. I've given up on Gemini, haven't I? Oops. Right, so we know that the power is coming in. It's hitting this switch. We've checked continuity of this switch so that when that comes down, we know that that's beeping. So for some reason, that is not coming round to feed the electromagnet over there. This goes to a connector on the what do you call it, the cover, and that's where the buttons are. So maybe there's something wrong with the buttons on the toaster itself, on the other part of the toaster. What else have we got going on? What else do people think we should check?
You check continuity on this? Continuity on the solenoid? Continuity on the solenoid.
Okay, 2 secs. Get back on. So let me just try and get this camera so you can see. If that is broken, then I think that's toast for the toaster. I'm here all day. Right, okay, that goes to, so the solenoid is coming up, and it's coming up to these two contacts on the end. Hang on, right, let's change it to measuring resistance. So it won't beep for continuity. So the continuity test only beeps if you've got less than 50 ohms. So I've switched it across to a resistance check. And if I show you there, so that's across the solenoid now. It's 104 ohms. I've no idea what a solenoid should measure, but it has got continuity that's running through there. It's just higher resistance than the continuity test will test. Anything else we should check on the main body before we switch to looking at the buttons?
What about the heating circuit? The resistance. What about the heating circuit?
Okay, yeah.
There.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to come in volunteer at Repair Cafe? Whoever said that. That wasn't that wasn't meant to sound threatening. Sorry.
You'll calm down.
Okay, yeah. It's got continuity through there. 2.8 ohms, 2.7. We can check around the side. I would, I'd encourage people to go along and volunteer, whether it's Repair Cafe or something else. There's always something good you can do to give back to community and things like that. So I love Repair Cafe because the fact it allows me to do what I enjoy doing. But I'm sure there are other things that people can get involved in. God, does that sound a bit preachy? Yes. Okay, so all of the contacts that go to the wiring inside the toaster itself all have a resistance reading in there, quite a low resistance reading. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to put this to one side, trying not to get crumbs all over the carpet. Sorry? Control board. Yeah, so I think that's inside the casing. So if I bring that over here, so on the side of the toaster, there's like a dial and some buttons. When I tried to power it on earlier, nothing happened. So I'm gonna hope that this dial pulls off. Does it pull off, or does it just push through? Let's take this off. If you can see in there, and we can have a look to see what's going on. Is everyone thinking about toast for lunch?
I think we've got pizza.
Oh, what?
I didn't think you'd come down there.
Yeah, but have you seen how much stuff I have to bring?
I saw at least one of the first pretty suitcase. Who was that? I'm not sure. We'll tell them now. Got 15 minutes until the pizza, I think, Luke. So, you know.
All right, okay.
We might be watching. What's been first, the pizza or the toast?
I think we're getting to the point where we'll either fix it or we'll declare it as non-fixable. Brown bread. Brown bread. What was that last one? Sorry.
Can you not bypass the control board and splice the wires?
I could do. This isn't MacGyver. So yes, you can do things like that. The thing with Repair Cafe is you can only go so far when it comes to doing the repairs. We do have to be conscious of the fact that this goes back into people's homes and we don't want to burn people to death. So by bypassing things, yes for my house, but not necessarily for the people that we serve on Repair Cafe. Sorry if that's a bit of a boring answer.
Do you think at this point the warranty has been invalidated?
Most likely, yeah. Right, okay, there's nothing. Ooh, interesting. Right. Let me switch across to.
Is there a burn mark there? I can just about see.
Hold on. Right, let's see if we can get this in focus. So one thing that I've noticed is there's something here that seems to be bridging across a couple of contacts on the circuit board. We zoom in. I wouldn't say it's a burn mark, but there's definitely been something has spilled inside this toaster. Now, if we look at the rest of the board, I mean, the rest of it looks relatively okay if out of focus. Oh, it looks like something's bridging across there as well. But yeah, that looks a little bit worrying. Let's go focus again.
Then you got some D40.
Well, moment, caller. I'll show you my solvents collection. Right. Okay. So I think if we give this a clean, but if it has caused a short circuit or something, then we might end up with some components on the other side not working properly. So have I got some WD-40? So in the top of my kit, I have all sorts. Contact cleaner. Generally for cleaning, I'll use IPA, isopropyl alcohol. Non-conductive. It's a brilliant solvent. So let's just find that. Not the super glue, because that wouldn't go down very well. Well, acetone is very, very harsh, so I have used that in the past, but that's like a solvent of last resort. I found that acetone has sort of degraded the coating on circuit boards. Is there any in there? Right, so I have a little dispenser that allows me to get a little bit onto an old toothbrush, give it a bit of a clean. Right, so that's cleaned up quite nicely. I'm a bit dubious whether that was actually causing an issue, but we can go and test some of the components on this side and just see if they are healthy. I'll do a bit for close. Sorry?
The caps look all right. Potentiometer might be stuff.
Test the potentiometer.
So yes, the capacitors do look okay. On this sort of thing, the first thing that I would try is normally there will be like fairly chunky, large resistors that they often put onto these things as fuses. Typically, can I get this a bit closer so you can see? Typically, they'd be labelled differently though. So, where's my spudger? So you can see here, labelled as R2. I will guess that's probably something like a 1 ohm resistor. It's quite chunky. The chunkier the resistor, then the greater sort of power rating it can cope with. And they tend to be used as fuses on these sorts of boards. These are relatively chunky as well, but because this is the biggest one, I'd suspect that's a fuse. So I'll test those. Test the diodes that are on here as well as the potentiometer. I think there's at least two people. There's at least two people in the room that sound like you will slot in really, really well at Repair Cafe.
Have we confirmed the heat that goes through this control? Sorry, have we confirmed the heat that has to go through the control board? If we test do the heat test again, just to make sure that's confirm that the heating circuit goes through the control. Is that it? So when you put them down, make sure the contacts work, right? So
Yeah.
just check the heat. Could be somewhere else.
Yes, we can do that. Let's seeing as the control board's out, let's just do a quick test of some of the bits on here. Interestingly, it's got an integrated circuit on here as well. It's got a chip. You know, what warrants having a chip on the toaster? You know, it's toaster, it's not toast. But anyway, let's just do a quick check on these things.
Is it smart toaster?
Smart toaster. Oh, hello.
It's an AI toaster.
AI toaster. Agentic toaster, so it actually costs 450 quid. Or it costs you £50 every time you want to do some toast.
quick does the analyzer come out with the exact right level of toastiness?
I mean, if anyone wants to build a toaster for me, what I'd really like is one that recognises that I've approached it and it toasts the toast exactly to the mood that I'm feeling there and then. So there's nothing more than I hate than putting the toast in the toaster, toasting, and then realising that someone else in my family has ruined it by setting the toaster on the wrong setting. Anyway, right.
Also, the smiley face and injects it straight onto your plate.
And it knows whether I want Marmite or peanut butter. There's one way to divide the room, isn't it? Okay, so that's measuring at 400 ohms, so that presumably is okay. Let's just check these ones. 11 ohms. You can look up the exact readings of what they should be by the colour codes that are on the resistors. I've not learnt them off by heart. I've never really known anyone who has. I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone in the room that has. But again,
I'd use the Gemini maybe.
yeah, absolutely. So you can't.
The back room that you can learn them, but it's not work appropriate.
And life's too short, I found, to be quite honest. I'm not spending my time learning resistor codes. Sorry if that killed the mood. What I'm really looking forward to see if any of the resistors are open circuit, which would indicate that they've blown. These all look like they're okay. I think I've done them all apart from this one.
You've got 4 or 5 minutes.
All right. Quick check of the diodes, and then I think we will call it. I'll continue off the call.
Watch while we're
Was one of those? Did I spot it? Was one of those a Zener diode? So you need to check if the voltage breakdown's okay.
Yes.
I saw it says ZD1 or D1.
Yeah, so I've actually got a Zener diode checker thing. I've got all sorts of checker things, but it involves having to desolder it, take it out. Typically, you can measure some components on the board, but you've got to be careful because when you measure them in circuit, you can pick up the other components that are on there. So to get an accurate reading, it's best to take them off and have a look. I've forgotten what I was checking now. I'm just checking that these capacitors are not shorted. That one looks a bit twisted.
Booch, what code do you put this down on PlanView?
I charge it back to any CapEx code I can find. Right. I think.
Wait, £20 goes to roll to get it repaired.
So let me just flip back cameras. So I won't do any more attempt to repair it because it's gone. I'll see if I can do it off the meeting, and then I can share with you guys actually what the fault was in the long term. I think someone made a very good point about the cost of purchase against the cost of repair. I had a look at a TV for my sister. So 50-inch TV. One of the LED backlights had gone. Actually, it was just one LED off the backlight strip had gone. Replaced that, TV was working again. But if you took the time that I spent doing it, the cost of buying the LED strips, and and the cost of the knowledge and all that sort of stuff, it would probably come to like 150, 200 quid of labour and parts, etc., based on average wage of a repair technician, which is about 35 to 40,000 pounds a year. That's what an electronics repair technician, the general repair technician, would get. When you then look at the cost of a TV on Argos of a similar model and things like that, it's practically the same. You could go off and buy a new TV for what, 200, 250 quid. Does that say something wrong about our society? I don't know. But, you know, that TV could have been going to the tip, could have been chucked away. That's a lot of materials. I don't want to sound too kind of preachy in a sense, but it's just a terrible waste. It's a terrible shame. So that's why we have the Repair Cafe movement. Do have a look on the Repair Cafe website. There are loads and loads of repair cafes across the country. They are crying out for volunteers. It's not just repairers that they need. They need people on what we call front of house. They need people who do data analytics, do social media for them. There's lots of different elements to running a repair cafe. There's the administrative side as well, having to apply for grants because there are costs that come with any volunteer organisation. You know, we have to pay for insurance. We have to pay for a PAT tester to make sure that we're not going to send electrical appliances back that are unsafe. So it's a shame didn't fix the toaster live in the session. I will plug away at it, but I hope even if just one person goes away and has a look at the Repair Cafe website and sees, you see where your local one is, get involved, just help the movement a little bit. And maybe we can all do a little bit of good in the world. So yeah, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for making it interactive. Thank you for the trolling, because we all like a little bit of fun. So yeah, I'm done.
Thank you so much, Richard. I mean, I can leave Luke on the screen to carry on while we eat pizza. I mean, do I do that?
I want some lunch, and I've got to get onto the M6 at 1 o'clock. So I will leave it for now. I will continue with this possibly tomorrow, and I will post it on YouTube. So if you want to see it, come to my YouTube channel.
If you haven't already, there's the QR code there. Thank you very much. We have pizza. It has arrived, so please help yourself.
Cheers all.
Well, thanks, Luke. Cheers.
So hope you enjoyed those videos showing the tech talk and the approach to fixing the toaster. Maybe also get an appreciation for how AI can both help but also hinder. So it's not the magic bullet that everyone keeps saying, but it is really, really useful. It's helped me an awful lot in the repairs. There's a chap from work that has a brilliant phrase, which is trust but verify. So an unskilled person, I think, shouldn't just dive straight in. You still got to do your own research. You still got to understand what you're being told, but it's definitely a good thing to help guide you through and help get you through. And it just makes things more efficient for topics that maybe you're not directly familiar with. But the toaster thing, I've done quite a few of those through Repair Cafe, so I found that it was slowing me down. So yeah, for that particular thing, not the greatest. Maybe if I tackled, say, the wildlife cam, it would have been more useful because I haven't got any clue whatsoever what's wrong with that. So maybe I'll try that out in another video later on. So toaster, it may have just been that dirt on the PCB that I cleaned off, or maybe it was just something else that was loose. So when I reassembled it, the toaster sprang back to life. But anyway, toaster's working. AI is not as good as everyone says it is, but very, very useful. So I'm not going to completely throw shade at it. So hope you enjoyed the videos, and see you again soon.